Well, there it is after a bearing change. It's the Frigidaire FFRE15L3Q1. And this is a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. I just changed the bearings. Let me show you how I did it. This is a repair video for the Frigidaire window air conditioner, 15,000 BTUs, 12 amps, model number FFRE15L3Q1. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it takes to get it apart. This is not going to be step by step, but you're going to get a gist of it, so you know that if you need bearings, that you need these 6201Zs. 621Z. The bearing is a 6201Z, but it's actually a special size. A 6201Z is 32 by 10 with an ID of 12. This is going to be metric 32 by 10, and then the inside is actually 500, so it's 12.72. So if you measure the shaft over here, it's 12.72, which just so happens to be an inch 500. So you have to search on 6201 half special size, and then you get these. Otherwise, you will get 12 millimeter and it will not go on the shaft. To take it apart, the first thing you do is you take off the screws and pull it out of the window. But first what you got to do is you got to take a screw off here. You got to take the filter off and take the cover off, and then there's 4 screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this whole apparatus will come out. The filter and then also all the buttons, and you can unplug them right here. Once you get that off, you can actually grab the handle and just rip this out of the case. You can see the case here, the outer, what do you want to call it, chassis. I think this is more of a chassis. This is like a tray. I don't know if these are the exact terms. I'm not an AC technician, but I'm a guy, the first one to put a video about this exact model, so bear with me. It's better than nothing. The amount of screws it takes is that many. And this is the compressor here. And then there's just these screws here and these here. And I was separating them, but they're all the same size. So if you look at it, it's about 20 screws. I'm in the middle of a kitchen remodel, so you got to go here and take these out. I got to do the AC so I can continue my remodel before it gets hot in here. There's screws all along the bottom that grab this. All along the bottom, and they get into these, and it just hooks this whole fan. Basically it turns into a fan. Once you get all those screws out, you also want to take out these bolts that are actually looser than you would have thought. Pretty easy to take out. You might need a friend or something to hold this down while you get this up. Possibly before that you might want to do these though. There's one here and one here, and mine were so rusted that I was not going to be able to get those out. So I ground them down from the bottom because they stick out. It's just a machine screw, and then I punched it through. I actually used a demolition hammer, just a small one, but you could use a punch and a hammer. Just grind it down and grind it in just a little bit and then punch it through, and then this comes off. But the real kicker is you got to get this to come off. There's a shroud here and a fan. A fan and a shroud, and it's all crowded in here and you can't get it off. Now this shroud has to come up off of this evaporator. So you got to get this up, but the only way to do that is to undo the fan, and the fan and the shroud have to come up together. There's 2 screws that holds this on. Something I think down here holds this onto the evaporator coils. But you got to get that off of the fan, the big fan on the back. So once it's off the pan and you can lift it up with help, basically the shroud is on here and this is all compacted, and you can kind of bend this out a little bit, but it's screwed in down here, I think to the shroud actually, so you got to undo a screw there, and then the shroud is on this screw and on there, and on there. Now you can see this one, I just cut it off because I was having a hard time getting to it. But honestly, now that I have it open, it's possible I could have went through this foam. But I chose not to because I wanted this to be nice and clean for airflow. Here, I painted this with primer and mildewcide. You can see it's dripping. It's mildewcide primer with this stuff, microban. I put half a bottle in that much. But I did have to go through at the top here. If you notice, there's one. Maybe I should have just did all three, but I had to go through the foam there, and I had to go through the foam there because it was all compacted, and there was really no way to get to that screw. But once you go through the foam in those two spots, you get here, and you can take these off. And like I said, I'm going to JB weld this one back because it was just easier for me. And after this fix, this is probably going to go in the garbage. However long this runs, whether it be 6 months or 6 years, after that I might be more likely to throw this in the trash. 5/8 seems to fit these nuts for the fans. I would expect metric, but 5/8 is working great. This is regular threaded, and this back fan is reverse thread. But let's say this dries, and this other one of them you can't get. So what I did is saw it off. So you can see here this one is sawed off. So this will be JB welded back. I'll be able to screw those two back, but this will have to have JB weld. These, I will have to figure some way to affix these because those also got chopped off. And then once you get all that done, this will actually come up off here, and then you can fan it out. You cut this tape right here, and you can start to slowly bend the metal. You can take some of these out too. I think there was a bracket on this side, and maybe over there was some things screwed together. But you can start to just slowly bend because it's what is it, copper metal. These are copper, so they bend. Just slowly bend that out, get this out, get that out. This can be undone from here, but you have to lift it past this lip. And once it's past the lip, you can start to fan it out. Then you have access to the motor, and I actually lost one of the motor mounts, so I'm going to have to maybe zap that in with a welder when I put this back together, or possibly JB Weld. 2 is going to hold it okay, but we're going to need the third one on that. That's when I put it together. So that's the way I did it, is to fan it out. I was sure to take pictures of this area when I took the motor wires off. There's motor wires, there was 5 of them. It comes in here. It was held on with these into here. And I took pictures of where each wire goes. There's like one here and a few there and one over there. There are 6 of them. So once you get to the motor, you have to excuse this. This needs to be vacuumed. We're not there yet. I got to finish the job. So this is the motor. There's 4 of these that go through it. Mine were rusted. I had to grind the end off to get down to where I could get these off because they were bottoming out and they didn't want to come off. So I had to grind off what was in the way. And then once you get that off, pay very careful attention to where these clips are. Take pictures. But essentially you have a bearing riding here and a bearing riding over here. I think it's up here. That's riding on a clip. I have pictures of it, so I'll be able to put it back the way I saw it. but you just basically hammer the old ones off, and I'm going to assume I can hammer the new ones on. I'll probably maybe clean this up a little bit and put some grease on there to hopefully make it easier. Maybe I would put some silicone or something. But I think you can just use like a wrench or something. Have the right size. This is too little, but you could probably put it on there and make sure to only hit the inner race. Or maybe you could find something that'll slide down it, something round. But you're going to want to take care of those new bearings. And that's pretty much it. This one had this little thing in there. It's kind of, and then these had to come off. And then this was on either side. There's like some rubber. This was on the outside. So I've got them just kind of sitting here until I get done. All right, going back together, if you didn't do this in the right order, you can get to that nut somewhat from the bottom. It's more open than the top here. But really, it's best not to screw in the motor until all this is in place, and then screw the motor in. Don't screw the motor in and expect to be able to get that together. That goes together, and then to screw the motor in. And I think pretty much. And the front screws now going in. This foam needs to bottom out. There's like a secondary lip. You get that in there. And these screws go back in that were taken out for these two brackets. Once you get those in there, this has to go in the bottom, and then this all needs to be picked all the way up and put all the way down to put it back together, and those bolts need to go into the compressor all at the same time. And then we just screw it all back in at the bottom. Alright, so going back together, this little piece of metal is on the inside. You got these, kind of have to wiggle it, and this side, these tubes need to go right there. If they're hanging out over here, you're going to have a problem, so they got to be tucked, and that foam piece is underneath there. Helps to have a hand. And of course the thermostat goes back. Before you start it up, make sure to check these pipes in here that the fan's not going to be touching the pipes, because you moved everything around, and just push them out of the way. Make sure it spins free. There we go. I can hear the compressor. I think so. No more squealing. Brand new bearings. The air's not going to know any difference. It's going to get cooled. It's not going to know. There's no clout. The air doesn't care. It's just going to get cold. Oh yeah, that's cold. This is my little vent, so it goes up over our head. Ding 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 ding. We have a winner. And then the top plate going back on. There's also a schematic here. I don't know if that would help a person with the motor or what, but there is a schematic. We have it installed in the window, and it's purring like a kitten. I have to trim this still. So the compressor is running, and I'm getting about 8 amps. It's about 900 watts. It's a cold day outside, and there's no air conditioning needed. So I'm thinking that on a hot day this would be a lot higher. Well, that's the job. It took a while to get the bearings. I was kind of left it on the table for a while. I did get the bearings. Remember, they have to be 1/2 inch on the inner diameter. That the 12 millimeter will not work. So 6201Z bearings, and you get them in there, and that's how you do it. And always remember, you can shop at my eBay store, GB Hatchery. I sell all kinds of used items right there on eBay. I will leave a link in the description. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.